Hello everyone, it's Trace Cards back with another rip. I just decided to get some more of the Donruss 10s and some more of the Mosaic Winter. We did pretty good with the Mosaic Winter last time, so I don't expect to get anything like we did last time, but that would be pretty sweet if we did. This is just what we had left on the shelf at my Walmart, so I just went ahead and grabbed them. Just for the fun of it. Obviously, downtown hunting here. I mean, we already got the case hit in the last video. I doubt we pull anything like that again, but I mean, obviously, if we pulled a autograph or just any of the really good rookies, that'd be awesome. But yeah, so here we go. I really liked both of these products. They've both been pretty fun. Obviously, the best thing we've pulled was that in the last video. If you haven't checked that out, just check it out. Crazy pull, crazy lucky pull. But yeah, so let's get into this. I don't know if any of you caught the Steelers and Bengals game, but it was pretty sweet. It was an extremely fun game to watch. I mean, look, Flacco's getting up there, but listen, when you got guys like T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, and you got a veteran who's had some success, like Flacco, I don't know if they're going to win the division, but they could potentially win the division. If they can, just keep it up some. I think Pittsburgh has had a not too bad of a schedule. So they've looked better because of having a better schedule, but I don't know that they are necessarily the world beater of that division. But anyways, so also with these, I'm still trying to get the Travis Hunter ornament. I've not gotten that one yet. I would be thrilled if I was able to get all of them. I mean, I've already got the Herbert and Prescott, but I have not gotten Travis Hunter, which is one I'm looking for the most. Obviously, with me being a Jaguars fan. So, but anyway, how's everyone's week going? You looking forward to the weekend? How's your season been so far? How's your team doing? And as of right now, who do you got as like the top teams? I mean, it's been a weird season. There's not really, to me, like a team that has really separated themselves so far. I mean, the Bills were looking good, and then they lost to Atlanta. The Eagles were looking good, and they've had some losses. So I don't know that any team has really stood out, this season. But yeah, so let's get into this. Let's go ahead and do a pack of Donruss. Again, we're hunting for downtowns, obviously. Again, I've never pulled one, so I would be extremely thrilled to pull one. We got Trey McBride. We have, let's try this out, Oluwafemi Oladejo. I think I got that. I think I hit that one. Tyler Warren on the purple. He is doing really good. I think he's the leader, if I'm not mistaken, leader for tight ends and yards right now. I could be mistaken. I believe he's a leader right now. We got the Keon Coleman, best of instant. That's a cool looking card. And then we've got a Quentin Johnston. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve up Tyler Warren. I'm thinking about it. He's good enough, I think it's worth taking care of right now. All right. Let's go ahead and do one of these. See if we can get our Travis Hunter. Awesome. Travis Hunter. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. I don't know if I'm the only person that, like, treats these as, like, cards, but I'm going to go ahead and... It is a rookie. I mean, technically, I consider it a rookie anyway. So... Cool. Travis Hunter. Let's see what we got going on here. Again, we did really good on these on our last break. So I probably have just forced myself into spending money on these just because of me pulling so good last time. Kind of gassed myself up into it. But yeah, and I'm glad I got it when I did, because I could see online people are already selling them double, triple the prices, which is just craziness to me, but either way. All right, we got a Tiki Barber, Jonathan Stewart, Taj Brooks, rookie. Okay. Xavier Leggett in the silver. Kelvin Banks Jr. in the red and white. Jalen Hurts, notoriety. That's a cool looking card. Chase Brown. Gabriel Davis. Dwight Freeney. And Brian Robinson Jr. Let me at least sleeve these guys up at minimum. I do like those red and whites. I know somebody was saying that they're like candy cane cards. I kind of agree. They're like candy canes. I don't know why they just call them candy canes. But either way. Alright, back into Donruss. Eddie Pinheiro, former Florida Gator. Dominators, Jordan Addison. Josh Simmons, rookie. Chase Brown in the purple. Troy Franklin base. I can't wait for the Donruss retail to come out. Just a plain old Donruss retail, not the Winter 10. But like, I know people are probably looking forward to Prism and the actual Mosaic, but I'm not a big... I refer to them as shiny stuff. I'm not a big shiny stuff guy. There's Jamar Chase, which I needed him also. Apologies for my dog barking in the background. Apparently somebody's outside, and so she's going to be doing the barks. Which, it's fine. It's fine. Let's see. Yeah, I do like the gimmick of these. I think that's pretty cool. So let's see what we get in here. Come on. All right. Isaiah Davis, Brock Bowers, Roddy White, Jaden Higgins, rookie, DJ Giddens in the red and white. Caleb Johnson in the notoriety. Caleb Williams. Chris Johnson. Jeremy Shockey. And Geno Stone. So something I really like to pull out of these mosaics, which I doubt I do. Again, I already pulled a case hit, but would be to get the one of the cookies parallels. Those look pretty cool. I don't even care who the player is, just any of those would be pretty cool. We got a Chuba Hubbard, Will Howard, Blake Groupie, purple, Luke Kuechly, and Jan Stenerud, kicker, Legend Series. It's cool looking. Not a big kicker guy. Also, is it just me, or over like the last few years, have we just got a ton of kicker cards? Again, that could just be a me thing, but I just feel like these last couple of years we've just gotten a bunch of kickers and punters. Not really punters a lot, I don't guess, but kickers we've been getting a lot of. Drew Bledsoe, Garrison Hurst, got a Trey Harris. Then we got my front runner for Rookie of the Year. Well, was. Again, Jackson Dart could take that very easily. But my front runner for Rookie of the Year, and Emeka Egbuka. A cool looking throwback. Okay, and then we got Jake Ferguson. Well, that card is destroyed. Jeez Louise, how'd you pull that off? That card is destroyed, is it? I don't think the Egbuka is like that. No, I'd like to think I'd have felt that. But yeah, that Ferguson is, that Ferguson is destroyed. How do you even do that? Oh, that's crazy. Alright, anyway. Let's go on this here. Who we got here? Pat Mahomes. Alright, we're on a roll. We're getting ones that I needed. All I need now is Jalen Hurts to finish out the set. And that would be cool with me if I were just able to finish out the set without blowing a bunch of money on it. Okay, cool. Let's see what we got going on here. We really haven't pulled any. Well, I mean, we got the Egbuka and the Donruss, but we haven't really pulled any crazy rookies out of this that I can recall, at least on this rip anyway. So, I mean, I still need to pull a Jackson Dart base. I haven't pulled that yet. I don't believe I pulled a Cam Ward either. I definitely pulled a Jalen Miller. I don't recall pulling Cam Ward, but I probably did. I'm just not sure. All right, Wes Chandler, Florida Gator, Leonard Williams. There's Tez Johnson, rookie card. Mason Graham in the red and white. Garrett Wilson in the Elevate. Christian Watson, Jaden Reed, Trent McDuffie, Cedric Tillman, and Jalen Waddle. There he is, Mr. MVP. 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 I don't know if y'all saw that. I believe it was Tez Johnson. I could be wrong, but I think it was Tez Johnson saying he thought that the crowd was chanting MVP for him in this past weekend. Yeah, Mason Graham's cool looking. Okay. Okay, T. Higgins. Yes, awesome. A Jackson Dart. And the rookies, that is cool. I did not have that one. That's awesome. Gunnar Helm, rookie. Will Johnson, rookie. And Lamar Jackson. That was a good pack. All right. Take care of these fellas. Gunnar Helm. Will Johnson, purple. And best card pool so far, I believe. Jackson Dart, the rookies. It's awesome. Okay. All right, we need a Jalen Hurts. Yes. Got the whole set. I know most people probably don't care about these, but I think it's cool. I think it's pretty cool. So, yeah. Yep, that's pretty cool. So, got the whole set. Now what we got? Let's see what we got here. Another Wes Chandler. I'm piling up the Wes Chandlers from this Mosaic set. I believe this is my third or fourth Wes Chandler now, which is fine. Florida Gator, cool with that. All right, Wes Chandler, Vaughn Achan, RJ Harvey, rookie, cool. Tyleek Williams, the red and white. Epic Performers, Malik Neighbors. RJ Harvey, I believe that's a variation. Yep, and the variation. And DeMario Davis, Khalil Shakir, Christian McCaffrey, and Kyron Williams. Okay. I know I haven't really gotten down the doing this quickly part of this. I still kind of fight with the wanting to sleeve and top load everything. I mean, as you saw, I started out not doing it, and now I'm back to doing it. So, yeah, I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm ever going to get out of that habit. It might just be something I do, unfortunately. But, yeah, like I said, I keep everything. I'll just keep high-value stuff. I keep, everything. I'll take care of this a little bit. Okay. Last chance for a downtown. Don't think I got one. Jason Taylor. We got Alfred Collins. And the rookie. Aiden Hutchinson and the Gridiron Kings. I like those cards. Warren Moon in the purple. And the Kyler Murray. So, speaking of Kyler Murray, I was having a conversation with somebody at work the other day about some of these quarterbacks, especially these number one picks, and how many of them within the next 2 years are probably not going to be on the same team. I feel like Kyler probably falls under that umbrella. And my question to you is, if you were them, or if you were Cincinnati, I mean, obviously Burrow is extremely talented. You've invested a lot of money in Jamar Chase. You've invested a lot of money in T. Higgins. Assuming he gets hurt again, let's just say next year, he gets hurt again. Are you considering moving on from Burrow? I mean, I know he's a good player. It's just availability is probably the worst thing about him is he just constantly gets hurt. And I just don't know if you could keep on hoping. Like, yeah, you got the Super Bowl with him the one time, but I just don't know if you could keep on hoping he's going to be healthy. So if you were them and he were to get injured again, would you move on from him? Would you attempt to, I don't know if you would trade him necessarily. I think you'd have to trade him. But for what? I don't know what you get back for him. But also, are you comfortable with your quarterback situation right now? Right. I mean, Trevor Lawrence, I like Trevor Lawrence, but I feel like he's always a little, like I always want a little bit more from him. And I don't know if we're going to get there, but unfortunately, it just seems like Jaguar quarterbacks in general, outside of Brunell, we've really had that problem. Even as good as we were with Bortles, most people would say Bortles is probably our weak spot. I mean, we had a good defense back then, and we had our window. We had a chance of going to the Super Bowl that year, but I don't know if we would have. I thought we kind of bailed on Bortles too soon, but I think a lot of people would also say that's probably the best thing for us to do at the time. But like I like T-Law, but I do get concerned that it's always going to be, man, I wish we had a little bit more. But yeah, just my thoughts on Jaguars and with Burrow and Kyler. I just didn't know if any of you guys had the same thoughts. And in reality, I don't know, going back to number one overall picks, I don't know that Bryce Young is the guy in Carolina. We've already seen, I mean, obviously Baker's probably an outlier because he was on the Cleveland Browns, but Baker's your first overall pick in 2018. Baker, is fourth team now? I believe it's fourth team now. And he's looking like an MVP candidate, which is awesome. And even if you want to say top 5 quarterbacks, Sam Darnold, and again, maybe it's because it's the Jets, because I just feel like the Jets and the Browns and even the Raiders are just teams that are always going to be snake bit for whatever reason. They just can't, they have no patience really. I mean, you're looking at the Jets now with Justin Fields. You had Darnold, and in reality, even prior to that, you had Geno, and Geno wasn't what he was supposed to be when he came out. But you have Geno, and then Geno, sits behind some people, and then eventually goes to Seattle, takes over Russ's spot, and Geno, I mean, he's not doing great this year, but Geno revitalized his career. Sam Darnold revitalized his career. And I just feel like the Jets and the Browns maybe are just outlier teams that just doesn't matter what they do. When they draft a quarterback in the first round, they're just destined to fail, unfortunately. And I just don't know if Bryce Young, Kyler, and a lot of these other first overall picks or top 5 picks are still going to be the guys going into next season. Sorry for going on a rant. I was just my thoughts. Anyway, last pack. I'm on Ross St. Brown, Marquise Brown, Hollywood, Jaden Blue. We got Jaden Blue, rookie. We got Mason Taylor in the red and white. Kurt Warner in the touchdown masters. That's a cool looking card. Josie Jewell, Cole Kmet, Ricky Pearsall, Florida Gator, Josh Jacobs, and Will Disley. All right. I'm going to take care of these. A couple here. rectangular. So we didn't get anything crazy like we did in the last one, which I mean honestly though, was I really expecting to pull anything like I did in the last one? No, not really. But these have been fun. I think I'm over the Donruss ones, but I do like these Mosaics still. I went to my restock today and they didn't have any of this. I actually bought these a couple days ago. What was left on the shelf anyway of these. But yeah, I'm waiting for some other product to come out. Like I said, I'm looking forward to Donruss. Obviously, if when regular Mosaic comes out, I'll be excited to get that. I really need to look into getting some more basketball. I think I haven't done any basketball in a while. I've been doing a lot of football, but like I said in the past, I don't want to just keep doing haunted hoops and stuff like that. But so we got a bunch of rookies, which that's my thing. I love rookies, and we got these ornaments, red and whites, variation RJ Harvey. We finished out that ornament set, which is awesome. Jackson Dart, the rookie's probably my favorite card out of this pool, or this rip. Will Johnson, Gunnar Helm, Mason Graham, the red and white. Ornament, Igbuka, throwback, which I like that card. Tez Johnson. But yeah, I mean, it was a fun rip. Again, we didn't do anything crazy, but we did get some cool rookies. But yeah, anyways, sorry for the rants, I suppose, about the quarterbacks. I just have a lot of thoughts about it and a lot of questions about it. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys have a good weekend. I hope, again, I hope your team has some positives going into it. Also, out of curiosity, if you are a fan of any of the teams that are starting out really bad, are you in tank mode yet? Like, are you potentially considering, hey, let's just tank it? I mean, if you're, a Jets fan or the Raiders or Saints or any of those teams, are you in that mindset? Let's just call it and just hope, to get a high pick next year and maybe get a quarterback, or if you're one of the teams I was talking about earlier, Cincinnati, the Cardinals, Panthers, would you, assuming this season just goes to hell and and you don't make the playoffs or whatever it looks like, do you move on? Are you ready to move on from who you have? Anyway, yeah, I just like to have some conversations. I think it'd be cool to have some conversations in the comments and get you guys' feedback on that. Also, I constantly ask you for feedback. If you have any feedback on my breaks or any feedback on any of my habits or whatever while I'm ripping. But like I said in the past, I've had a lot of fun doing this. I enjoy the community. I've been collecting for a long time, so it's really cool to be a part of it. But anyways, if you guys could like, comment, subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Hope you all have a good weekend. Take care. Bye-bye.